Scented ASMR. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Scented ASMR. Today, I want to share with you some of my fragrances that have interesting and unique bottles. I'm going to start with this fragrance here. And this one is from Ariel Shoshana, and it's called Sunday. And here's the bottle. And as you can see, this has a really interesting and unique cap on it. It's like a wooden cap. And circles. And the same like circle pattern on the sticker here. And it has really pretty colors. I like the, it's almost like a, I don't know, I'm not good with colors, but maybe like a lavender blue and kind of a seafoam green. Really pretty. And so, Sunday was launched in 2019, and the perfumer is Cecil Ha. The top notes are rice, matcha tea, and milk. The mid notes are mate. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think it's a type of a tea. I'm not sure. But there's also cardamom and cinnamon. And the base notes have vanilla, sandalwood, coconut, and amber. And this is a very cozy rice and tea scent. The rice that's in here, it smells kind of like rice flour or maybe some steamed white rice. And the tea, it smells like a spicy tea with some cardamom and some cinnamon. And it has that milk note that really adds some creaminess to the fragrance. And I also pick up on the sandalwood in here, which I think adds to the creaminess and gives some woodiness to the fragrance as well. I also get some greenness in here, probably from the tea notes, probably the matcha tea. And you do get the vanilla, and it adds a light touch of sweetness. And while I would consider this a gourmand fragrance, it's not a super sweet gourmand. It just has a little bit of sweetness, just a touch of it, I think. I think this is a nice, unique, cozy tea fragrance. And if you like tea fragrances, I think you should check this one out. Plus it has a pretty bottle. It's unique. And so that's Sunday, and it's from Ariel Shoshana. And so this next one that I have here, this is from Mugler, and this is called Angel Muse. And this is the EDP version. There's also an EDT version, which is nice as well. But this one is my favorite version. And here's the bottle. And the description I took off of the website, it says that the bottle design is described as a cosmic pebble made of an elliptical silver metal ring with gently amber nude glass in the middle, which reportedly evokes the surface of Mars. And so it's supposed to be a cosmic pebble. And I think it's kind of interesting. I didn't really think much of it at first, but then kind of holding it in my hand and thinking about it being a cosmic pebble, I don't know, I just think it's kind of a neat, interesting bottle design. And so, Angel Muse, it's considered an amber vanilla fragrance, and it was launched in 2016. The perfumer is Quentin Biche. The top notes are pink pepper and grapefruit. The mid notes are hazelnut and cocoa spread. The base notes are patchouli and vetiver. And this is it's a chocolatey patchouli scent. The hazelnut cocoa spread, it smells really like Nutella, if you've ever smelled that. And some days I can pick up the Nutella smell in here, and some days I don't pick it up so much. I know some people say they get it a lot, and some people don't, so I can see it, because some days I get it, and some days I don't. And then you also get very prominent patchouli, and it's an earthy and a sweet patchouli. And the vetiver too, you get that and it adds to the earthiness of the fragrance. I also pick up on the grapefruit, and I think it adds a little bit of citrus, but to my nose it's not a very juicy citrus. I think this is a really unique gourmand scent that's surprisingly not overwhelming or challenging to wear, considering the notes that are in here, the patchouli and the vetiver. For me, it's one of the most addictive fragrances I've ever smelled. Whenever I wear this, I just can't stop sniffing my arm. It smells so good. And this EDP version is really nice for the cooler weather. The EDT version works well in the warm weather, and that one's really nice too. But like I said, this one's my favorite version. Really, really enjoy this one. I think they discontinued it. Hopefully not, but I see it's still on the market. You can still find it. It's a beautiful fragrance. And so that's Angel Muse EDP, and it's by Mugler. This beautiful bottle that I have here. This one is from Van Cleef & Arpels, and it's called Fairy. You can see that the cap, it's so pretty. It has this long stem on it, and it has this cute little fairy that sits on the stem. With a little flower down here. And then the base is kind of a pretty, faceted glass. The beautiful blue color. It's such a pretty, pretty bottle. And this is one of the only fragrances actually that I keep in my collection because I really love the bottle. The fragrance, it's an okay fragrance. It's not really something that I reach for to wear because it's just kind of a generic smelling fruity floral fragrance. It's pretty. It is pretty, but not something I would reach for over my other fragrances. And so, like I said, I really do just keep this one for the bottle. It's a collector's piece. They don't make this one anymore. And it was released in 2008. And it's considered a floral fruity fragrance. The perfumer for Fairy is Antoine Massendu. I don't know, these names are difficult to pronounce. The top notes are violet, blackcurrant, red berries, and Italian mandarin. Mid notes are Bulgarian rose and Egyptian jasmine. The base notes are iris and vetiver. And like I said, it's kind of a generic smelling fruity floral. It's really nice, but nothing special. The main notes I get from it are the violet, the black currant, and the red berries. I do like those notes, though. It is pretty. It's kind of fresh, lightly sweet, and it's a little bit powdery. But yeah, this bottle's just so pretty. It's a work of art. Van Cleef and our pals, they make jewelry, so you can kind of see the artistry that went into this. So, beautiful, beautiful bottle with an average smelling fragrance in it. And that's Fairy by Van Cleef and our pals. And so this next one that I have here, this one is called Flora Botanica, and it's from Balenciaga. And you can see even the box, it has an interesting design on it. And so the bottle is really unique and interesting as well. It has the striped pattern on the cap, and it goes all the way down through the bottle, through the stem of the atomizer. And you can see like it has like a purplish blue color along the side there. And on the other side, it's kind of an orangey red. So you get the blue and the red design, along with the really interesting striped cap and stem. It's a pretty interesting bottle, I think. The fragrance is also a unique and interesting fragrance. It was launched in 2012, and it's considered a floral green fragrance. The perfumers are Jean-Christophe Hérault and Olivier Polge. And the top notes for this fragrance are mint, mid notes, rose, carnation, and cannabis. The base notes are vetiver and amber. And yeah, this is a green aromatic rose fragrance. the rose that's in here, it's a clean, fresh, watery rose. And it's definitely the main floral that you pick up in here. But I can also smell a little bit of the spicy carnation note. And it also has a mint in here that's very prominent. And it's green and it's aromatic. And it adds to the herbal freshness of the fragrance. The mint does blend nicely though. Like, it's not like it kind of stands out on its own. It really blends nicely in with the other notes. And the cannabis that's in here, I'm not sure if I can really smell that. I think that it's probably adding to the greenness of the fragrance. And I definitely pick up really earthy vetiver that's in here. And I think it works well as a supporting note. This is not like my normal scent profile because it's so green and kind of fresh, aromatic. But I do love rose, and so I think that's why this works for me. And this is just, I enjoy it as kind of a refreshing fragrance on a warm day. So I'll reach for this if I want something that feels refreshing. Very interesting and unique. I enjoy it. And so that's Flora Botanica, and it's from Balenciaga. And this next fragrance that I have here, this is called Onwin, and it's from the brand Dreamhouse Acurio. You can see the Acurio there. And it has this very unique bottle with some interesting photography on it. It wraps around the whole bottle. And then, as you can see, they seal it with wax. And then they stamp the top here. And I guess that keeps it sealed. The wax keeps it sealed in transit. And then you just kind of can take a razor and open it. It's very pretty aesthetic. If you go on the Dreamhouse Acurio website, you can see that the owner, he does all the artwork and the photography, and he has a very unique aesthetic. It's really, it's beautiful and it's interesting. I haven't tried many fragrances from the house. This is the only one that I have, and I do enjoy this. It's a sweet, floral, fruity gourmand fragrance. And the notes are passion fruit, passion flower, white chocolate, musk, and ambergris. And the most prominent note that I get from this is really the white chocolate. It's not too sweet, the chocolate. It is sweet, but it's very nicely balanced in here. I think it has really the perfect amount of sweetness to it. I do think that I pick up more of the florals in here than fruits, although I'm not really familiar with the scent of passion flower. So I guess that's what I'm smelling, I don't know. But I do get passion fruit, and it adds a little bit of a tropical vibe to the fragrance, but it's not like a super juicy, sweet fruitiness. I feel like it's more floral to me. This fragrance is more floral. And I do pick up a lot of the musk too. And I think that the musk in here, it smells like a clean laundry type of musk. And I love the way it blends with the other notes. I do pick up a little bit of that ambergris, which is not a note that I tend to like. It's okay if it's blended in nicely and it's not very strong. And that's the case in here, so it doesn't really bother me. But yeah, this is just a lovely feminine fragrance that's really mainly like white chocolate, passion fruit, and musk. Pretty, and just, I encourage you to go to the website and check out the whole aesthetic. It's very pretty, very interesting. And so, that's Onwin, and it's from Dreamhouse Ikurio. This next one that I have here, this one is from the House of Oud, and it's called Bon Bon Pop. The box has a nice texture to it. And the bottle here, the House of Oud has really unique bottles. This is supposed to be a stone, I believe, even though it looks like an egg. It's shaped like an egg, but it's a stone. And that's where the juice is held inside there. And this part here, it's a cap. It's the cap, basically. And this one's just really pretty. It has a checkered pattern and the blue butterfly. And then it has some pretty florals on it. They look kind of like maybe peonies and roses. And it has some yellow and white stripes on the bottom. And the other side is the same design. I thought these were hand painted, but I don't think they are. Maybe, I don't know. but probably not. I think that's too uniform maybe to be hand painted. But I don't know, I'm not an artist. And so, Bon Bon Pop, it is considered a floral fruity gourmand, and it was launched in 2023. And the perfumer is Douglas Morel. The top notes are peach, coconut, and bergamot. Mid notes are patchouli and jasmine. And the base notes are musk, precious woods, and brown sugar, and amber. And this is a very sweet, juicy, and creamy peach fragrance. The peach is really the main note that I pick up in here, along with the brown sugar, and I think that the brown sugar, gives the fragrance kind of a bit of a caramelized smell, which I really like. I do pick up some of the woods in here that they give the fragrance some depth, along with the patchouli, but I think the patchouli isn't very strong. It's very nicely blended in here. So I think if you're not a fan of patchouli, you may still like this fragrance. I think the musk in here is pretty strong as well, and it's a type of musk that can kind of smell screechy to some people's noses. So I would definitely recommend sampling this. Don't blind buy it, because I know it's the type of musk that can be very polarizing. But it doesn't bother me. And the fragrance is very strong. It seems to last a long time on me. It's just been a very pretty, peachy, like caramelly brown sugar fragrance. So if you're looking for a peach fragrance, you might want to check this one out. It's nice. Plus the bottle's pretty. And so that's Bon Bon Pop, and it's from the House of Oud. And so this last one that I have here, and this one is from Noble 1942. And it's called La Stanza del Bamboli. And that means, it's supposed to mean the doll's room. This fragrance is supposed to represent what a doll's room would smell like. I featured this in my doll fragrances video. And I had to talk about it again because the bottle for it is just so beautiful. And it comes in this like leather-like box. And inside is the fragrance. pretty, pretty bottle. The bottle's very pretty. But what I love most about it is this cap here. You can see it has like a doll. It's kind of split in half and has like a city inside and some birds kind of flying around and some clouds. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to represent, but I think it's really interesting. I really like it. And the fragrance is a very interesting, unique fragrance as well. It's considered an amber floral fragrance, and it was launched in 2020, and the perfumer is Antonio Alessandria. The top notes are milk, mandarin orange, and bergamot. Mid notes are powdery notes, ylang ylang, and hawthorn, and orange blossom. The base notes are vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood, and musk. And this is a very powdery, milky vanilla fragrance. I think that it does kind of smell like what I imagine a doll's room would smell like. It's super, super powdery, and it has a sweet, milky creaminess to it. It does also have some creamy sandalwood and a little bit of sweet florals I can smell. Even though it does kind of smell like a doll's room, I don't get any plasticky notes from this. Like sometimes doll fragrances can smell kind of plasticky. It's more of the kind of the powdery vanilla that kind of gives off the doll scent. This is definitely not a mass appealing fragrance. I think it's even a bit challenging to wear because the mix of the milkiness and the powderiness, it comes off kind of like starchy. It's just kind of weird. I don't think it's mass appealing. But it is definitely an interesting artistic interpretation of what a doll's room would smell like. And I enjoy wearing it on occasion. I definitely have to be in the mood for it. And this bottle is just so beautiful. And so that's La Stanza del Bamboli by Nobile 1942. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed the video and I hope it was relaxing for you. And I hope you'll join me again in my next video. Take care.